The chapter opens with a solemn and heavy atmosphere. Everyone is gathered in a large hall, each person holding a glowing lamp in their hands. Every face is filled with sorrow. At the front stand the Count, the Countess, and many familiar figures we have seen throughout the story, all wearing mournful expressions. Soon, the royal messenger steps forward. This time, he is fulfilling the role of a pastor for a marriage ceremony. With a serious voice, he declares that anyone who enters the queen's chambers, no matter the reason, must be betrothed to the queen by sacred law. Then the queen appears. She stands before everyone, wearing a beautiful wedding dress, looking graceful and radiant despite the heavy mood. The royal messenger turns to her and asks whether she accepts the firstborn son of the Frontera family, Lloyd Frontera, as her royal consort. With unwavering resolve, the queen replies, "Under the command of the great ancestors and the sacred law, I gladly accept him as my royal consort." Next, the royal messenger turns to the other side and asks, "Lloyd Frontera, firstborn son of the Frontera family, do you accept Alicia Tamina Magentano, queen of this realm, as your wife and agree to serve as royal consort to the kingdom?" But instead of a person standing there, we see a shovel. The shovel is wrapped in countless flowers and placed carefully on a wooden box, resembling a lifeless body. It lies there without emotion, without response. The hall fills with grief. Many familiar faces tremble, some holding back tears, others openly crying. Everyone is deeply pained because there is no answer coming from the other side. The man they have been waiting for is not there. The royal messenger slowly turns to the queen and asks if she is willing to wait until her betrothed gives his response. With solemn determination, Queen Alicia says she is ready to wait for eternity. Hearing this, the royal messenger announces that the betrothal ceremony will resume 1 year from that very day. As the queen steps down from the stage, Count Frontera gently asks if she could stay a little longer with them. But the queen replies that she cannot remain, as staying here makes her heart too uncomfortable. She says simply watching them live strong, resilient lives is enough to bring her happiness, and as always, she will return again during next year's festival. Just then, a sudden voice cuts through the hall. "This festival will be the last one, Your Majesty." Everyone freezes. They slowly turn toward the speaker, and their eyes widen in shock. Standing there is Javier, the man who had disappeared for years. And behind him stands an unfamiliar young man. That man is Kim Suho, the real Lloyd, though no one realizes it yet. The queen slowly walks toward him, her eyes never leaving his face. She gently touches his cheek, as if confirming what her heart already knows. When she sees him blush, she smiles softly. At that moment, she realizes the truth. This unfamiliar man is Lloyd. She speaks warmly. "The man who made me fall in love always appears whenever I want to see him most, just like now." Kim Suho is completely shocked. He never expected her to recognize him so easily. Seeing his reaction, the queen smiles faintly and says excitedly, "Safety." Hearing that word, Kim Suho gathers his courage and shouts loudly. First, the moment his voice echoes through the hall, everyone bursts into joy. Tears flow freely. Smiles spread across every face. Lloyd is back. The man they waited for over so many years has finally returned. Suddenly, the system appears before Lloyd and says, "All who know you rejoice for your presence in this world." Lloyd is stunned. In his final battle against the King of Hell, he sacrificed the system itself to gain world-class power. He believed it was gone forever. Then the system continues. "Your wish has been fulfilled. The experiment on interference range and errors between higher and lower worlds has come to an end." And then something unbelievable happens. Kim Suho's body begins to transform. Light surrounds him as his appearance changes. The system announces, "This world has now submitted to your overwhelming presence." The world once known as Night of Blood and Iron has been reset to a world with an entirely new destiny. Its new name is a fantasy healing life with civil engineering skills. When the transformation ends, Kim Suho has fully become Lloyd once again. Lloyd stares in disbelief at the messages floating before him. The system then speaks warmly. "This adventure will be fun too, don't you think, my son?" At that moment, all of Lloyd's summoning pets return and jump on him together, hugging him tightly in excitement. It becomes a joyful, heartwarming scene. His dragon pet roars happily, shouting that they are finally back. Bibiong rushes toward Bangul, and the two embrace each other with pure happiness. Then Queen Alicia suddenly grabs Lloyd and hugs him tightly. She says his face looked so handsome just now that she almost didn't want to hug him. But since she loves potatoes, she couldn't resist. Lloyd blushes in embarrassment and repeats, "Potatoes?" The Queen smiles and asks if he knows why his heart is beating so fast. From the side, Javier watches everything with a proud and joyful smile. Soon after, Javier is reunited with his lover Celuria, and they embrace emotionally as well. With courage filling his heart, Lloyd answers the Queen, "My heart is beating this fast because I love you." Hearing this, Queen Alicia smiles softly and tells him that he still has one very important greeting left to make. We then see the Count and Countess waiting anxiously for him. Lloyd walks toward them with trembling steps and emotional eyes. He begins to confess that he deceived them all this time and that they likely already knew he wasn't the real Lloyd. But before he can finish, they interrupt him. They smile warmly and say, "Thank you for coming back to us. You are the son we are most proud of." Lloyd breaks down emotionally. Tears fill his eyes as he apologizes for returning so late. For the first time, he calls them Mother, Father. Then he hugs them both tightly. It becomes one of the most emotional moments of the entire series. Suddenly, the royal messenger jumps in front of them once again and loudly asks, "Lloyd Frontera, firstborn son of the Frontera family, do you accept Alicia Tamina Magentano, Queen of the Realm, as your wife and agree to serve as royal consort to the kingdom?" Lloyd is completely shocked by this sudden marriage proposal. The Queen smiles mischievously and tells him that the punishment for refusing is death. She reminds him that the sacred law states anyone who shares the Queen's chambers must marry her. With a teasing smile, she adds, "This is quite the dilemma, isn't it? I simply have far too much work to entrust to you." Lloyd feels goosebumps all over his body. He then looks at the system and notices his RP has reached 9,999,999. Bursting into laughter, he hugs the Queen tightly and declares proudly, "I, Lloyd Frontera, the man who developed the greatest estate in history, accept Alicia Tamina Magentano as my wife for a lifetime." Then he shouts, "The royal consort is back." He signals everyone to release the celebratory fireworks. Immediately, the sky explodes with color. Dragons, elves, orcs, demons, humans, and all of his summoned companions launch fireworks together in a massive celebration. Joy fills the entire realm. Finally, Queen Alicia pulls Lloyd close and kisses him deeply and passionately. It is their very first kiss. Javier smiles warmly at the sight, while Celuria stands beside him completely shocked. And with that beautiful moment, the chapter ends. And so does the entire series of the greatest estate developer. To be honest, this was one of the best endings in manhwa history. If you enjoyed this recap, please like and subscribe for more.